They're the must-read document for would-be investors, but often the all-important prospectus is a complicated maze of jargon and glossy pictures. Even the media mogul Kerry Stokes said he had no chance of understanding a prospectus for the sale of his Seven network to West Australian newspapers. Now the Australian Securities and Investment Commission is calling for an overhaul to help investors make informed decisions. Kolesnikoff is from the Australian Shareholders Association.
Look, I think the recommended changes clearly identify that current prospectuses are a tool for the lawyers and really miss the commercial realities that investors really need. If you look at the recent Western Australian newspapers Seven Media Group transaction, I've had a lot of people ring me up, and Kerry Stokes admitted himself that the prospectus there was too long and complicated and difficult to understand, and that's definitely not in the interests of the shareholders in that transaction. If you look at the retail shareholders, they did not subscribe for that transaction and their securities in the rights issue, I suspect fundamentally because it was very difficult to understand and they couldn't understand the business.
But even the most complicated prospectuses often have a glossy sales pitch. The Myer case, for example, had a big focus on glitz and glamour. Is it often a case of style over substance?
Look, it does definitely appear to be the case. I think the proposed changes suggest that we should have fewer photos and glossy. And the Myer prospectus definitely with nice photos of Jennifer Hawkins tended to glean over the issues.
The corporate regulator also says that investors have a right to know if a director has relevant criminal convictions. Is this not happening already?
Look, it doesn't appear to be the case. I was quite surprised by that myself. I suspect that they're just trying to be a bit more prescriptive now in saying, let's look back 10 years and have a look at the history of the directors and people running the company. That can only be a positive, I would have thought.
So, given that prospectuses are often, in your view, too complicated, what more could be done?
Look, I think clearly stating the basic financial metrics, the basic understanding of the business model and the risks in the business, I think stating general concepts is not helpful. I think if the consultation paper is adhered to, then I think it's designed to help investors really understand the business with the key criteria.
Kolesnikoff from the Australian Shareholders Association. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.